All right, we are live.
Okay. Hello and welcome to our actual play of Curse of Strahd as presented by For the Love of Crits. I'm level 1 Dungeon Master Huntereyu. Thank you again for joining us as we follow our lost clerics of Barovia deeper into the mist. Curse of Strahd, created by Wizards of the Coast, is known for its dark themes and mature content. Therefore, viewer discretion is advised due to adult language and themes. We ask that you please keep the chat civil, avoid spoilers for this Wizards of the Coast adventure as well as any others. We are going to be having Conerith enact a recollection to catch up with our cluster of clerics, and please don't forget, for the love of crits, like, comment, and subscribe.
Gunnare sits alone against the tree, basking in moonlight. His gaze is focused on it for a while, taking in the familiar cooling silver aura it emanates. Another step, no deeper, but no less entrenched in the darkness. No wonder these artisans are so desperately sought after. Were I one that partook in more than my religious rites, I'd be drowned in a cask before the night's end. No, that's not right. I have a purpose. His gaze slowly drops from the moon to the shadow cast off him. We have a purpose. I confess I still don't know your intentions. I don't know if they truly matter. I'm the only one, it seems, who's had this much contact, and yet you still seem guarded. More friend than foe, though. Strahd. I placed him on a pedestal. He is the land. Seemed as clear a statement as any as to the arbiter of the despair wrought on these people. At least the ones who can feel it. Strange phenomena, these blank people. There's so much of this land that remains veiled in shadow. His control, or at the very least, his intentions are now in doubt. A puppet to a darker master? Or maybe a less malevolent force? Set of rules? A structure kept in place? What should happen to that structure if its central pillar is removed? It doesn't matter. This is a house which only encloses despair. I've not seen true light since we entered here. If the inhabitants were to fall with their home, would that be the tragedy we'd normally ascribe to such events? Especially if half or more of the inhabitants are mere husks. Dark thoughts. And a land darker still. Perhaps this tome can shed more light. I'm going to study it again tonight. And this is his reading. The dark cycle of reincarnation has reached its limits. Across my realm are children born hollow. These subjects have but a scrap of the soul necessary to a mortal. Though otherwise ordinary, they are especially dour, fearful, and unimaginative. But of greatest interest to me is that I find no sustenance in their blood. Some vital essence is lacking. It is no more nourishing than sand to a thirsty man. I will study this to pass the time. I'm certain there are many disappointed and hapless parents in Barovia who could be convinced to surrender their hollow-born children to my care. Saloon. I fear I'll never be able to return to the man I was before I read this accursed tome. Before I killed that boy. Before I entered that house of death. These blank ones proved a mystery to even Strahd at one point. They didn't always exist in this land. Now just a pastime for a vexed vampire. Too cruel. I need to steel myself for what comes next. This land will not conquer my soul. I pray for the others, but it feels disingenuous now. Every ounce of my will is directed toward a single goal. Strahd will fall. This structure will fall with him. The land will open. And it doesn't matter to me if I live to see what comes next.
When we last left our clerics, he was right on the edge of entering the Wizard of Wines winery. I almost said funeral. The Wizard of Wines winery. There we go.
As long as you're not foreshadowing our funeral, I'm okay.
Yeah, it feels a little bit on the nose.
Right?
And,
Going to turn down the exposure a little bit on this.
if a good RP moment comes, I could, share that tome reading then, but otherwise just assume that I would have shared it with you.
Yes, I will be sharing it in the Discord as well. It kind of, it's a decent sized revelation that Strahd had used the Hollowborn, as he called them, to experiment upon in the past. That being said, when we last left our clerics, you guys had been approaching the Wizard of Wines to enter. Upon entering, unbeknownst to you, is the surrounding of needle blights. However, do they appear ghostly figures to you guys?
I can't see anything.
I don't see
I don't
anyone.
see any tokens.
Oh, wait, no, I see them off in the distance.
Over here?
They're ghostly
wait.
figures to me, but I'm not in the modded version, so...
I am in the modded version. I do believe that Tailspire is in anticipation of implementing a more robust modding system, has changed a lot of what the modders are able to put into it. So it does not surprise me if the mods are not able to switch over. So apologies for that if it doesn't look quite the same as what we had last time with the needle blights.
Yeah, they look like spiky humanoids to me in the modded version. So.
Oh, you're in the modded version?
Yep, I got it to work this time with the new one that you had sent me.
Oh, does it look correct for you, Onyx?
Yeah, the spiky humanoid people.
Oh, okay. It must just be something on my end then. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. And I'm glad that it's working for you. So, just strange that it's not for me.
Did you load modded?
I thought I did. Let me check really quick because it'll be really easy to check. Yeah, I have modded because it has my hide volume option on there. So maybe I loaded the wrong category, but I don't think I did. And yeah, I must have, because gelatinous cube, pidlick, everything like that is gone. Well, that's fine. I can see the names of everything, so it shouldn't cause any issue on my end as we're going. That being said, you guys are now stuck somewhat between a rock and a hard place. You don't know you have to enter into the winery, but there are a large amount of enemies. Upon cursory glance, you would be able to see that there's probably at least 20 or more enemies approaching from all sides. Do you enter into the Wizard of Wines to barricade yourselves, or fight?
Unless we phalanx, we're dead out here on open ground, in my opinion.
There's too many of them, I agree. If we had a better position, but we don't right yet.
Onyx has his warhammer ready, and he's like, I also agree. We are not prepared for this fight for this many people in wide open areas. You must
Does
get
anyone have-
into a better area.
Does anyone have thaumaturgy? I don't have thaumaturgy. You could open the door.
I have a hammer.
I do have thaumaturgy if you would like. I do know it.
I mean, it would be cool because we're just like, let's run inside, and you're just like,
We head on over. Yeah, as everyone gets their graves, kind of like turns around, has like a dagger in each hand. Uncharacteristically, does not have his lantern on him. The lantern is actually back at the camp. But as he gets there, he kind of turns around with both daggers to look, and then kind of like flicks one in his fingers, like twirls it. And as he does, says like his magic words, and the door, if it's open or whatever, bursts open as he thaumaturgies by twirling a dagger in his fingers.
Yeah.
Instead of pulling it out of the lantern, which say, but anyone notices, he does not even have the lantern on him.
So, let me pull this up. So you are attempting to get into this door, correct?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So let me just double check here. Okay. So as you go to open it, the door attempts to open as if it's unlocked, but it stops suddenly as if it's been barricaded.
Alright, this way.
Arcade.
Can I have this miss a beat?
Yeah,
Yep.
as you run into there, the loading dock there, you see that it parked in the loading dock is a wagon with 3 barrels set in braces on the bed. A raised wooden walkway runs along the west, south, and east walls. Through a hole in the ceiling, you see the wooden arm of a loading crane with ropes that hooks dangling from it. Alright, so up ahead here, you can see there are 2 doorways. It's kind of more open here, and then there's also appears to be a ramp and staircase up ahead.
Canaris basically just gonna shoulder check the door lightly as he's kind of running. So like in the same movement of, I'm gonna keep running. If this door doesn't give, just kind of bump it. If it doesn't give, keep going to the next one.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the way to go. Just whatever is the first easy way in. That's how we go in. Because these things are, I presume, still coming closer to us.
Okay, yeah. So as you bump this door, it does swing open. There we go.
In I go.
Alright, so stop at the entrance as you're going. So as you enter in, you smell the rich smell of fermenting wine filling this large 2-story chamber, which is dominated by 4 enormous wooden casks, each one 8 feet wide and approximately 12 feet tall. A wooden staircase in the center of the room climbs to a 10-foot high wooden balcony that clings to the south wall, which has 4 windows set into the balcony level. Stacked against the wall, underneath the balcony are empty barrels with, quote, the Wizard of Wines, end quote, burned into their sides. The balcony climbs another 5 feet as it continues along the west and east walls, ending at doors leading to the winery's upper level. Underneath these side balconies are several doors, some of which hang open. Beneath the sloping roof stretches thick rafters upon which scores of ravens have quietly gathered. They watch you with great interest.
Do we see...
The balcony creaks, drawing your eye to a wild-looking figure hunched over the westernmost cask. She wears a gown made of animal skin and a headdress with goat horns, and her hair is long and unkempt. Suddenly you see something skittering across the floor. It looks like a tiny creature made of twigs. It moves from its hiding place under the stairs and disappears behind the easternmost cask. Roll initiative.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh boy.
Let me up the exposure for you guys a little bit, because outside it was a bit strong. But I had the exposure upped a little bit so that it would be easier to see.
God awful roll. I got 6.
Well, I got a 5, so
18.
Bear with me one moment. Pulling up the turn-based mode. Let me add you all to it. I see Raves, Conerith. Where's Herbert?
I rolled. Didn't I?
No, I don't see
Just
your
outside
token.
the door. He didn't make
Oh
it in
yeah,
the
I'm
door.
outside the door. Yeah, there wasn't enough room.
Weird. I just don't see your token at all.
Really?
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah, I don't see it for some reason. I'm going to
Would you like to
re-add
load
you
that
back in really
Yeah.
quick. Let me add you in. Oh. I can see you. Okay.
Oh, and I can't move myself, but that's fine. I can just stay there.
Oh yeah, you won't be able to until your turn. We'll adjust to where you started at when it comes around to your turn. So that being said, okay. What were your guys' initiative rules?
So it was Onyx with 18.
Okay.
Then it was
I
me
got a-
with 15.
I had a 5.
Graves had 6.
Okay.
Onyx, Conerith, Onyx, Conerith, Graves, Herbert.
Oh, Nerith. Connix.
Grabe.
Okay.
You've been chipped.
Graves, Herbert, Herbert the Frog.
Mm.
So, doing is the skittering across the floor were twig blights.
Of course. Small twig blights.
As you do.
So needle blights were the bigger ones outside.
Oh, these are twig blights, you said. Ah.
Now, as clarification, these are twig blights. They are swarms. They are not singular twig blights. They are. Let's see.
I don't know the 5e swarm rules. Pathfinder swarms are terrifying at low level, but I don't know 5e's, but I assume that's also awful.
So this is something that isn't necessarily isn't necessarily like how you would run it. I just don't want to run each of the individual monsters. Each of these twig blight swarms represents 4 twig blights.
Okay.
So, that being said, okay. So 16, 3 14s, and then lower ones. So. And I would suggest locking your height meter while going through here.
Ah, yes.
That's when the lock is green is when it's locked, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I've locked
Yes.
literally just high enough that the druid is still visible.
I have it so that I can see like the door and level right up above the druid.
Okay, so we had a Onyx, you were 18.
Yes, sir.
Conerith, you were 15.
Yep.
Two 14s, 16, 12, 6, and 3. Anyone have between a 12 and a 15?
Initiative?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
The next
And
ones are
then-
6 and 5.
To
Yeah.
5. Graves, you'll likely go first because of the dexterity. Alright, that being said, Onyx, you are top of the turn order, and it is your turn.
For clarification, is it dark in here?
Let me double check the as
I'm just
written.
wondering if it's just atmospheric or if it's actually like.
Can we
Oh,
see?
no.
Dark.
Good question. Let's see. There are torches around, so it is visible. Not quite dim light.
Cool.
No, it's just because I have something that helps with that. So, if that
Twilight
was the case,
Domain.
this would be one of the few instances I get to use it.
I will rush up and I will just give it a good old smack with the warhammer.
Do the thing.
Okay. So roll me an attack roll.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great way to start.
Mm.
Okay. Roll me your damage.
9 damage. Shit for damage. I rolled a 1 on one of them.
Okay. And it was this first one that you were. Oh
Yeah.
wow, that is this one here. If it's lining up right there.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How much did you roll for damage?
Just 9 because I rolled a 6 and a 1 on my damage dice.
Okay.
Plus 2.
So you swing your hammer, and as you bring it down, the four twig blights are they're there. Your hammer passes right through them and shatters them, and there's actually only one left in the swarm ahead of you.
Oh. Well, there. I guess I will. I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon as well.
Okay.
And I'll put that on the other side of them. So, like, right here.
Okay. Pulling up your spiritual weapon now. I had a spiritual weapon set aside for each one of you.
I don't use
I
mine
do
a
not.
lot.
It at least.
Yeah, I don't have one set up for you. What does yours take the form of?
Probably just a copy of my warhammer. That's
Okay.
it.
You and I both just have spiritual weapons that just look like warhammers.
Yep.
I'll probably do a direct copy of Konarith's then and just make a separate one for you.
That works. So it will also try to attack the same one.
Let me. Going to make not unique. GM tools rename. This is going to be Onyx spiritual weapon. And then GM tools player permission. Give that to man and.
With a 19 to hit.
Okay, man, you are on fire with your rolls tonight. Which one were you attacking? The same one that you just attacked?
Yes. So 8 more points of damage.
Okay, so so you swing your hammer, like your primary hammer, forward. You hit 3 of them, and then immediately your warhammer appears behind it and smashes the last one from head to foot and just scatters twigs all along the ground. This one is dead.
Awesome. So I will step up.
Okay. And is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, so as you step forward, the 4 twig blights see their other friends get crushed. This one reaches forward, and the 4 kind of all run at you and start scratching at you. So, with this being a swarm, I'm going to be rolling. I'm going to be rolling all the attacks together, so we're not having to do a whole bunch of separate attacks.
Yep.
For it. So we just double check.
Excuse me.
And that is going to be advantage. So 16 to hit.
Misses.
Alright, so they scratch across the metal of your legs. You don't really notice any effect. That is the end of their turn. Konerith, it is your turn. With more of the Twig Blights and Druid on deck.
Alright, Konerith is going to step to the side to allow more people to come in and cast a spiritual weapon. Let me have kind of right up here.
You're also using Spiritual Weapon?
Yes. Right here. Between the druid and her potential exit route.
Okay. I'll set up there in a moment. Up there? Oh, hold on. Like there.
To the other side of her. Yeah, between her and the door, basically. In casting it, it's going to attack in the same action as they do.
Okay.
Do as a spiritual weapon. Do.
Smack
Do as
it.
they do.
Smack.
Swing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So 24 to hit.
Okay, that
Smack.
go. Pulling that back up. I accidentally closed my DM screen there. Yep, that definitely hits there. What was it to hit?
24 to hit.
24 to hit? Okay. Perfect. So yes, that does hit.
Alright, it's going to deal 5 damage.
Okay.
And at the same time that happens, he's also going to, in the same action, cast Twilight Repose.
Okay.
So his shadow flies out from underneath him, scurries along the floor, kind of makes its way up the cask, and appears behind her, coming up and engulfing her from behind as if it's strangling her.
Okay. What was the total amount of damage?
It was 5 damage from the hammer so far. I haven't rolled for Twilight Repose yet.
Okay.
So it just needs to... It adds on top of a successful hit. Yeah, okay. So, 1d8... Oh, so that does the same damage as Spiritual Weapon. Hey! So, an additional 9. So, 14 damage.
Okay. There we go.
And she needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Constitution saving throw. Alright, so you did
Hope you
14
swallowed
damage
it.
total. What type of damage?
5 of it was force, 9 of it was psychic.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. And Constitution saving throw, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Low numbers.
11 for the con.
She's asleep.
Nice.
I see. I don't believe she has anything for that. Okay, perfect. So
For
that is
1d10 rounds, I'll roll for it for you. So for 4 rounds.
Yeah.
okay. If you can keep track of the 4 rounds
Yep.
as we're going through, her next turn will be her first one. Can she repeat the saving throw on the end of her turns? Or if she takes damage?
It doesn't say that they can. It only says
then
that
they likely
it's
don't. So
any the usual rules. If anyone hits them, it wakes them up.
okay, got it. Okay, sounds good.
So
So
it just like strangles her right to the floor. And she's out.
There we go. I mean, said, man, mine is.
Oh, sorry. That was just my bonus action. I forgot I got to do my regular action.
Okay.
Because casting spiritual weapon is a bonus action, and using Twilight Repose is a bonus action that is in the same action. So it's a lot. I'll just come up and swing at the. Actually, wait now. I will stay back. I will fire an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Forget you
At
have
the maybe not the one that is right in front of Onyx. Maybe the next one. So yeah, that one.
And if you guys hold tab, do you see their names?
Yep.
Yeah. Big
Okay.
Blight Swarm 4.
Okay.
Oof.
So you fire your Eldritch Blast. It kind of weaves in between Onyx, his spiritual weapon, and the other Twig Blights. It fires at this swarm over here. They kind of all scatter aside, and it hits in the middle of them. Doesn't deal any damage. Just break a little bit of the tile beneath their feet. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end.
Alright, so it actually is their turn to rush forward. So, spiritual weapon, enemies can enter through it, right? Because is it corporeal?
It's not. It doesn't occupy its space. It's like a magical effect.
Got it. So they are going to crawl through. They are going to turn towards Onyx. Actually, let me double check. Nope. They are going to go past Onyx and attack Konerith since they were last attacked by him. Konerith, they are going to roll at advantage. Go.
Oof.
It's a 26 to hit.
Yes. It's
Okay.
Surprisingly. I have not yet reached a 26 AC.
Okay.
We'll get you there.
And they deal. That one lands. So they deal 11. 4 would be 14 or 15. They deal 31 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, that's like almost my entire health if it was me.
So you fire your Eldritch Blast, it lands between them. They all scatter and kind of like scamper across the ground, and before you even know what's on you, you have feels like hundreds of needles just poking all across your calves and your abdomen as they are crawling around you, and you are bleeding from more orifices than you've ever had in your life. As they are going there. So yes,
Still standing.
they completely swarm you, dealing way more, being way more of a problem than you would have anticipated from such small creatures.
Okay.
And that is the end of its turn.
That's what it's like
We
when four
have-
creatures crit you all at once.
Yep.
There we go. This one runs forward. This one's going to attack Onyx. This one is 25 to hit.
It hits.
At least it's not a crit. Holy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Almost.
the
It was a
crit,
19 and an
really
18.
hurt on that one for sure. Okay, so that one is 16 piercing damage.
I mean, that still hurts.
There we go. And that is the end of its turn. The druid's turn doesn't get a turn, correct?
Correct.
Sleep.
Sleep.
Graves, it is your turn. You suddenly
Excellent.
see these little twig blights run up, and you just see like blood gush from Konerith. Instantly appears to be bloodied,
He's like,
beyond bloodied.
well, shit!
Like it's like
They're
Princess
not big
Mononoke level
Yeah.
of blood just suddenly coming out.
Shit. So these two barrels are casks are really close together. Would I be able to attempt to make an acrobatics check to like kind of climb up them to like get up to here?
Yeah, you can certainly try. Are you? Let's see. So just trying to kind of get high ground.
Yeah, trying to get up to like the balcony catwalk
Yeah, I'll allow
area. Awesome. 17 plus 6 is 23 acrobatics.
You climb that with no issue whatsoever.
All right. I move on up. As I get up, I turn and I see this unconscious druid be like, well, now's the time to take them out permanently. As I draw my dagger, and I will spend my bonus action to use my new cunning action, Petrifying Strike.
Okay. And do you also get a sneak attack because you're at advantage?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So.
And it's also because they're unconscious and auto crit if I hit.
Oh, do you auto? Oh man.
Yeah, being asleep in battle is a death sentence. Almost all the time.
Wow.
I rolled really bad.
I mean,
So those are going to be
did you roll twice?
11.
Positive thing
for
is
the-
if you miss, you can try again.
Yeah,
You said 11.
11.
If it meets, it beats.
Shit! Auto crit.
You're like so excited. You're like, oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah, oh shit. Yeah. All right, so dagger damage itself, we're gonna roll first. Is gonna be 2d4s, so that's 2, but also my sneak
plus
attack.
8.
Don't we just add the max die instead?
Oh yes. Okay,
You
let me.
roll one.
I forgot about that. Let
Yeah,
me.
so you get
okay, so
a
it's
1.
4. So it's 4 plus the 1. Ignore that one, and then same for the sneak attack, max, and then second
Yeah.
die.
Okay.
Nice.
Maximum damage.
12 from the
Okay.
sneak attack, 5 from the dagger, plus 2, so that becomes 19 total, I think. Plus, she is on a critical hit, petrified for a full minute, unless she's dead.
She is not yet.
Okay, was petrified as Graves kind of jumps up there, takes his dagger, is like, well, kind of finished, and then just slams it down. And where he slams down, just like shooting out through her veins, and then kind of like engulfing her, just as she just turns to stone.
Graves, what's your damage modifier?
+2.
+2. It should be 22 then, because you rolled 4 and 6. That's 10. +2 is 12. Plus another 10 for each damage die.
Yes.
So it's 22.
Yes. My math was just like, what? Everywhere. So 22.
Let me double check. You
Thanks,
said
Alex.
22?
My brain was not mathing in that moment at all.
You're good.
He is dead.
In that case, she
kills her.
still is turned to stone permanently.
Pro bono. Rules lawyer for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Cool new key powers. I can petrify things.
I also need, because I forgot when you hit me, You need to have it make a dex save. That swarm that hit me.
Oh, because
Oh.
Ooh.
Dex save. Let me pull
Yeah.
that up. That one I'm going to just roll normal for the dex save, so no advantage, anything like that. An 8
Nice. Not too
and
bad.
9 for the save.
Well, they failed because they needed a 13.
Okay.
Nice. Also, technically, the druid needed Constitution to be petrified from my strike. I forgot, but considering it killed her, I'm assuming that it just succeeds.
Okay.
So they take 7 thunder damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit me, get hurt.
Yep.
There we go. Oh, I put that statue there so we know, like, okay, it's not an enemy, it's just stone.
Yep.
But it's not dead, so it's visibly there. As we're going, but I believe she was lying on the ground because she was asleep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
It's just the sleeping
guess I did
statue.
enough to. Yeah. Yeah, I did enough to. Since I did enough to kill her, the ability, she is permanently petrified now. As she
Okay,
died.
so a quick
and that's
question,
full.
Onyx. Oh,
Yes.
what was the damage against the Blight Swarm here?
7 thunder.
7 thunder, okay. And bam. Okay, so 7 thunder. It doesn't appear to have any special effects. One of them, 2 of them do kind of get blasted away, but the other 2 are still standing strong around you. And that's the end of Gray's turn.
That's great.
We
Yeah,
have one more
move,
blight.
attack, and it's a bonus action to use my petrifying.
Okay, so this other swarm runs straight at you, Graves, and they are going to attack. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
19 is gonna hit.
And that is 15 piercing damage.
All right.
To you?
I'm not bloodied because of the good old aid, but that's still hefty damage.
Yeah.
Okay, Herbert, it is your turn.
What's going on in there? Oh God! Everyone's getting deboned in there.
Barricade the door once you get in, so the other ones don't come after us, or at least close it.
Yeah. Is there anything inside that I could barricade this with?
Or unlock.
Yeah, you see like a number of what the heck would be in a vintner's workshop.
Even if there's
yeah.
a lock on the door to just latch
I was
it or
gonna say
whatever.
there might even just be a
Is there a
slide lock, at least.
So you can see actually there is a large number of things on the ground kind of stacked over here that looks like it had previously been barricaded. So there's actually a decent amount of stuff to barricade that door. However, with the amount of stuff and dragging it over, it probably would take a full action to move enough stuff over to barricade the door.
Just close it for now. We'll barricade it when the
yeah.
threat's gone.
Exactly. I'll close the door behind me. And I am going to look at the sparse swarm in front of Onyx there that he's been hacking away at. And I'm going to toll the dead.
Okay. Oh,
No,
one last
you
thing I
have to
want
make
to
a
say.
Save. Sorry.
One thing I do want to say for Graves' benefit beforehand, when you did stab the druid, or the forest folk lady, you would have seen that her satchel had fallen off before you stabbed her.
Nice. So it's not petrified, so we can
not.
actually loot her.
Okay. So which one were you attacking, Herbert?
The one that Onyx was attacking, which I believe is the one directly in front of him, maybe, or the one.
So he had the thunder damage do effect on this one, and that he was attacking this one directly. And this was the one that almost killed Conerth.
No damage on that one
hasn't-
yet.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one's.
It'd
that
be
one yet.
even if they weren't like bloodied per se, you could easily tell which ones were at full fighting strength versus not, because it would be a full group of 4 or not. In this case, the only one that does not have a full group of 4 is this one.
Hmm.
Because Toll the Dead does more damage if they've already are below full health, right?
Exactly. So,
So-
yeah, I'm gonna toll the one in the middle then. So he's got to make a wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom save? Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be to 12.
He does not beat the 12.
All right.
Nice.
No, not a D10. A D12.
12.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was like
well,
landing on a
nice.
10 at first.
I mean, it's still
It's still a 9. Still higher than a D8.
It has 9 health left.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how does your Toll the Bell appear? Is it like literally a bell that like a hammer hits, like as like a
I think-
spectral hammer?
I think
Or-
I honestly like actually hit it with my like hammer that I have at my waist, like at all times.
Like
And
a bell
I-
shows up and you hit it yourself.
Exactly.
I love that. So your spectral bell kind of appears ahead of you. You take your hammer out and you hit it, and you almost see a shockwave travel across the ground away from you. It travels through the ground, cracking some of the tile as it goes, and traveling up the feet of the twig blights, which quiver, and then they shatter into splinters, and they are dead.
Nice.
Awesome. I will offer a healing word as my bonus action to Conereth. So that's going to be a D4. Oh no. That was
That's-
headed towards the 4, but it got cocked.
Uh,
I feel like, you know.
It wasn't a 1.
Well,
I'll take
Wasn't a
it.
1.
heals you for 4. And that's okay. Yeah, that's spell slot down. And I'll go. Take heart. There's still hope yet. As my healing word. And
Sorry.
I will. End
I
my turn.
wanted to double check. Tomlin asked if my dog Sika was bothering us. I haven't noticed anything, but I have noise canceling headphones on. Has he been
You're good.
Nope.
noticeable?
Haven't heard
to you guys?
anything.
Okay.
Nope.
Not a single
Nope,
thing.
we're all good. Okay, cool. I was like, I don't think so. But supposedly he's been running around and jumping, so I just didn't notice.
I
So-
can't see like the floor or anything like
No,
that.
I'm blurred. So, but with him being a 125-pound dog, him jumping around makes a lot of noise downstairs. So, okay. Sorry for the interruption. So, we are back to Twigblight. This is the last one in the order, and then we are back around to the beginning. Okay. This one's actually going to run forward, and it's going to also attack Graves. Because
Makes sense.
you are up here by yourself.
Yep.
Anyone remember the button to go between?
It's like you hold left altered it or something.
If you shift click when you pick them up,
Left
you
alt.
can teleport them. I think is what.
Yeah. Well, it's like right here, but the way the wall is set up, it can't actually stand there, even though this is like a
Oh.
10-foot wide.
Yeah.
I think you just have to turn off snap to grid.
Oh gosh. Okay. So, this one is going to attack Graves. Okay. There we go. That is a 16 to hit.
16, I believe, hits. Yep, 15 AC.
Okay, so, and that is... At least it's not a crit.
Yep. That's what I like to hear. Not crit.
And another
Same damage, 15 again?
damage, yes.
Ooh.
Graves is not looking good, but he is still up.
And that being said, okay. So as you guys are, as we're coming around to the end of the round, you do hear some noise coming from behind this door. Sounds like crunching of leaves and things like that. Very loud as sounds like a group is running outside. But that is the end of the round. Onyx is back around to your turn
Alright.
in initiative. And this is starting the second round.
And I am going to try to smack the bitches, but I'm not with the Warhammer, so I will try with my magic weapon.
Okay.
I don't think a 9 hits.
Nope, you swipe at him, kind of hit
Okay.
the ground with a resounding thud.
Okay, then the spiritual weapon, 15 to hit.
Let me take a look. 15 hits.
Okay. Then it does 7 damage.
Okay. There we go. You said 7. So you strike this. One of these die. The other 3 are still up, but one of them kind of takes a little bit on the shoulder and is kind of weakened, kind of limping around.
Okay. I will hold my ground then.
Okay. That leads us to the swarm that you just attacked. It's going to take a swing at you. This one is no longer at advantage.
The 19 hits.
It actually doesn't have that much to its bonus anymore. So it has, was that 13 I rolled?
Yes.
16 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. So it is that is the end of its turn. Konareth, it's your turn. After being assaulted brutally by this twig blight swarm, you do have another one from there. Let me remember. I'm removing the druid from turn order.
Should I have a potion of healing? I don't have one in my inventory, but I feel like we've collected some along the way, and I don't remember using any.
A number were stolen from us.
That's true.
Maybe that's it.
And you guys redistributed them after they were stolen?
We all had one.
I don't know if we should. I still have 2 in my inventory that weren't stolen, so
here's
give you
kind
one.
of the thing. Since you guys entered Vallaki, there would have been no point where you would have used a health potion, really. The only fight you'd had was the werewolf fight. Which is was a while ago in real time, but in game wasn't that long ago. I don't believe you guys would have used any health potions, so just the ones that were stolen from you would be the only ones missing, I believe.
Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, good, we have those health potions. And I looked at my inventory and I don't have one. I don't know if that's just because I never wrote it in my inventory, or if I had used it at some point.
Does anyone else have health potions?
I have 1.
I got 2.
Okay.
If those 2 had 2 and Graves had, those guys he had 1, Graves had 2, and Konareth had 0, probably would have given one to him if I had known and it came up. I don't know.
I could just use a healing spell too.
Yeah. I will give you one of my 2 potions now that we know, though.
Yeah. So I would say, as far as how to rule it in the game, you might have realized, like, crap, I don't have a potion on me. You can use a free action to call for someone to get you a potion. if need be, but for as of right now, you do not have one on you.
That's alright. I'm gonna take a chance. Konerith is gonna cast Shield of Faith on himself as a bonus action.
Okay.
Which will increase his AC. And then he's just going to do a regular old strike on those twig blights.
Okay.
With his hammer. Swing.
That hits.
So, yeah. And then roll for damage. Just 4 damage.
4 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of swing your hammer, you hit one of these and completely obliterate it. The other 3 are left untouched.
And since I used my bonus action, I can't activate my spiritual weapon, so that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, so there we go. So this one is no longer at advantage. However, it does have a +6 still, so it is 15 points of damage.
Okay. Or
not attack, not damage. You're like, oh gosh. Does a 15
I'm good.
hit?
My AC's 20 now, so.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
So, so they scratch your shield of faith. Is it kind of like a force field around you, like kind of fits to your skin, or
it would have looked different before my recent shift. Before, it probably would have looked like a kind of silver light aura. Now it looks like I'm slightly shaded in darkness. It's just kind of like almost like a thick shade that hangs on me.
So possible flavor, and I'd allow it. Do you want your shadow to climb up your body to be kind of like around yourself as part of your shield of
I like
faith?
that. It basically just comes up from the floor and just surrounds me.
Yeah, it kind of just like coats your body so you're just like you're in shadow even in the middle of a dark room.
And because of the way AC
Or in the
works,
middle of
not
the
just
light
like
room.
physical defense, but just difficult to hit. It could be that it's not a physical change in resistance, it's more of I'm slightly obscured now because I'm bathed in shadow. So
Yeah.
I'm slightly harder to hit because of that.
I like it. So, yeah, I'll allow that for the shield phase. So they kind of swipe at you. You are able to easily dodge around their strikes as they go, and that is the end of their turn. Graves, it is back around to you, and you are
Nice.
feeling a little bit worse for wear after the slight, or after the accomplishment you had with your new ability.
Would I be able to? No, I'm not gonna bother with that. I can do that after the fight. Bonus action disengage because I have cunning action now, and I'm gonna jump over to here. Well, not down there, up here.
You want to be on top of the barrel?
Yeah, try to just move to like the far side of it. So try and get away from there. Swings a little bit. Jump up there, look down, see Conair still looking not too good, and that guy's still there. So I just then twirl one of the daggers in my hand and throw it down at the blight.
Which one are you throwing at?
The one at Conair, yeah.
Okay.
Forty, 16, 18 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
All right,
Roll
and
damage.
he is next to a buddy, so sneak attack coming in. 8 plus 2 is 10 points of Damaggio.
Okay, so you throw your dagger forward. It kind of tumbles throughout the air. You said 10 damage, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So you throw it, you hit one of the twig blights, and it actually stabs through 2 of them into the wall. And both of them kind of shatter into splinters, leaving your dagger lying on the ground there. Now, there's only one left in this form, and it also has been a little bit hurt.
Perfect.
As it's going from Conerith.
That's it. That's a bonus standard move.
Okay. So, this one. And what's the movement speed on these dudes? Okay, this one runs around on the ground, but it is not able to move very fast. And that is the end of its turn. It's just trying to move. It will actually dash to get to here. And this one, I believe... Oh, no, it's Herbert's turn next. Herbert, it is your turn.
Well, I think this guy behind me has got to be taken care of. So
Okay.
I am going to wind up with my hammer and try to hit him with a Searing Smite.
Okay.
Use my
Ooh.
bonus action to coat my weapon in flames. So the next time I hit, it will do some extra fire damage.
Okay.
So that is... I gotta check this off, so... 16?
Okay.
I assume
There we
16
go.
hits, maybe?
Yes, 16 definitely hits.
Rock on. Okay.
Burn that little guy.
2d6. So...
So,
Oh, I didn't specify. Well, let's say the second one was the fire damage then.
so,
So it's...
I will allow you to choose how you'd like to play this for flavor-wise. Your first strike on its own would destroy this creature. Like the first portion of damage. If it's something that you'd like to kind of remain on the weapon, I would allow that because you are kind of overkilling it.
Okay.
With this, however, if you, how does the Searing Smite work? Let me clarify first.
So-
Like, how much extra damage does it normally do?
Just does an extra d6, and then they're on fire. And then they have to make a save next turn or take more damage.
Okay, so next time you go to use it, we'll just have it do a flat 3 damage. Add it on there, and it still has the effect of the flames.
Okay. So...
Because you don't really use much of it. You do notice, though, as the flames lick at it, it does appear to light up like
twigs and brush
like
might?
twigs and brush might. So it does not like this at all. But I will allow you to describe how it happens if you'd like.
So I guess maybe Herbert sort of like has a little bit of indecisiveness. So he just sort of he winds up with his hammer and he's like, "Do I need to do this?" And he's like, he just sort of decides at the last second that he wants to do the Searing Smite. So it basically like doesn't activate quite in time as he hits this thing, as he like just connects basically like center mass and just like scatters them. But like the flames lick off of his blade and just like catch on the debris that's falling, and it's like he has that revelation and goes, "Well, of course, yes, use fire if possible." Although I don't know if my compatriots can do that very readily. If their skill set is anything like mine, but mine is specifically has a little bit of fire mixed in.
Don't worry, guys. I got the silvered weapon, though.
Yeah, that's great.
So this one is dead. And is removed from the initiative order. You had said on your blade, is it the hammer that you're using?
It's like an actual like ball peen hammer that I use in forging.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to,
Yep.
so I could picture it in my head as you
Yeah.
were swinging through this twig blight. With that being said, is that the end of your turn, Herbert? It looks like
yeah,
you
I'm
moved
just gonna
across
move
the
up.
room.
I'll move up here to the bottom of the stairs and just like, parry these guys because I haven't taken any damage yet, I guess. So
Okay.
that will end my turn.
Okay, perfect.
Oh wait,
So,
no, never mind. You're good.
Graves, as you disengage from these, you hear the one kind of skitter around running down the stairs. The other one, you hear kind of a screech, high-pitched sound, almost like what you would imagine a very angry mouse to make. as it climbs over the railing and it's going to jump onto the barrel with you.
Yep.
And
I was hoping they wouldn't, but I was like, I know they might. One.
it
Scabbard of
is
one.
Sonorous war cry of a very angry frog.
There we go. And I now want a entire documentary like created of like the monster manual as narrated by David Attenborough. Like I just want it. I want it to exist.
Yep.
Please make it, because that would be wonderful. As like I just want to hear David Attenborough explaining how floomps move around.
Yep.
And that would bring so much joy to my heart. So, anyway, Twigblight runs, jumps over the railing. The group of 4 of them, they are going to take a swing at you as you throw your dagger towards the one below. You turn to face these 4. They are still full health, so they are at full strength right now.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna take me down.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's gonna
That
hit.
is, that's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. And
And I am sub 10 HP, so I'm probably going down.
I'll just roll all ones.
Yeah, I'm down.
No.
Okay, so they strike you as you land on you fall onto your back. You are down. They are stabbing at you. It's almost like you are
I don't
being
fall off
attacked
the barrel,
by,
do I? I stay up there?
You stay on the barrel. It's a
Cool.
large barrel. It's 8
Okay.
feet, I think.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of room to stay on that barrel then. If not, I'd be
Yeah.
like, well, shit, there's a failed save already. But nah, I'm good.
So
I'm good.
yeah, because they're 12 feet tall and
Yeah.
about 8 feet wide.
Yeah,
so
I
they
got
are
plenty of room.
sizable. That being said,
Whoa. Half of the tokens just disappeared on my screen. Because
They
then
were dead.
Herbert disappeared. Oh no, he's over there.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm over there.
He wasn't until all of a sudden he was.
Oh,
It lagged for
Okay.
so long it wasn't there, and the one that's dead was still there, and it suddenly just disappeared. That whole everything that happened on that turn apparently didn't register on mine till suddenly. I was like, "What is my thing crashing?" Nope, we're good.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nope, just testa. There we go. Oh gosh. There we go.
Since Graves is unconscious anyway, I'm gonna take this opportunity to run to the washroom super quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Does anyone else need a bio break?
good.
Okay, we will continue along then. As we are going along, you guys do suddenly hear against this door here, it begins to sound as if someone's beating against the door from the outside. There is a board across it though, and it is keeping it from opening.
Yeah, that was going to be my next turn. Don't worry, I didn't forget.
And that is the end of its turn. Onyx, it is your turn.
I smack with not my hammer because that's even worse. So let's do this spiritual weapon. Oh my god. Well, that was my turn.
So
What did
that's
you
a
roll?
6 on the warhammer and a 7 on the spiritual weapon.
Like total? Like with your bonuses?
Yeah,
Yep.
I rolled 2 2s.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. That does not hit.
I figured.
You know, this is karma for the
The nat
almost
20 to
2
save
nat
it.
20s that you got.
Yeah.
Like first nat 20, then a 19, and now it's just it's like, okay, calm down there, Onyx. That being said, it's Twigblight's turn. It's going to take a swing at Onyx as you guys are kind of parrying back and forth. This one no longer at advantage, but does have. Ooh. So I believe that is a hit
Yep.
on there. And Luckily, though, not full damage. Because of the weakened nature of the swarm, that is going to deal 8 damage piercing.
And please make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, dexterity saving throw.
About to clap back.
That would
A
be
14 succeeds, so you take half damage.
okay. How much is damage?
9 points of damage. So take 4 points of thunder damage.
Okay, so as they attack you, one of the remaining of the swarm hits you, and it almost resonates up its arm as it just shatters into splinters. There's actually only one left in this swarm, as you are going now, so it is no longer a swarm itself. Konareth, it is your turn.
Konareth is. You said it would take an action to bar the door?
Yeah, it'd be a
Like, wait.
full action, so it'd take your entire turn. Bonus action,
You full
movement.
round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
Am I using that term correctly? Is full action the like entire?
I mean,
What is the term for that? Like where?
There's no term for that. I don't think in D&D, but
I'd just say your full
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably
you said action
thinking-
earlier. I was like, oh, so I'd still have my bonus.
Yeah, the full action probably comes from back when we did Pathfinder, because it's full round action in Pathfinder.
Let's see. Now I'm like
I don't
trying
think there's
to
any mechanics in D&D that do
full
that.
round action. It was a 3.5 rule.
Yeah.
They had full round actions, which took your entire round to complete.
But it makes sense here. So
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I was saying like it would take a full 6 seconds, for it.
Herbert is just within the range of my mental capability, or my telepathy. So I'll say to him, Graves is down. I don't have any ranged heals. Or I don't have the ability to heal him from a distance. I should probably word it in a more in-world way. While I'm quickly barricading the door, and I'll spend my full round doing that.
all you have to do is just inform me that Graves is in danger, and I'll infer the rest, basically.
I'll just say I can't reach him. That seems...
Yeah.
You would assume that I would want to reach him to heal him.
Okay.
And end my turn.
Okay.
Graves, death save.
Yep, and
Yeah,
private in private.
Yeah, I'll do it and send it to you. Okay, got it. I'll send it to Reno.
Okay. Okay, that is the end of your turn. We're back around. This swarm had run down the stairs. All of a sudden, behind him is Herbert. It's going to take a swing at you. This one is still at full strength.
Oof.
That is 25 to hit.
Jeez.
So,
Gross.
man, those just keep on going.
The helper.
The hits keep coming.
Man, I feel like I've rolled a lot of 11s when doing the 4d4.
I mean, 4, it's a pretty
so 15
averaging set of die.
Yeah, so 15 damage total.
So what would
Piercing.
that be? That'd be 16. I mean, average would be 8, you would assume. No, would...
No,
It'd be
statistics
above
get
that,
really
actually, yeah,
weird.
Because there's 4, 1, so at minimum is 4, so that would increase the average.
Yeah.
So actually 11 is probably appropriate for...
It would be like 2.5 is the average roll, so times 4, that's 10. So it's about average. But it's hard to go one way or the other with D4s because they're just D4s. It's not much
Okay. That being said, it does deal a lot of damage to you. Herbert, it is your turn. You now know that Graves is down with an enemy nearby.
Ow. Okay. Graves, wake up! And I'll healing word. Graves. So that is just D4 plus 2. Sure looks like it's going to be a 4.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm like, that's a 4. Like,
That's like,
They're all dancing.
Yep.
yeah, I think it's just because there's a lot going on in here. So
you get
was that
6?
6?
Yep. So that is another one. Okay.
What's going on? What? Ah! As
I
he's
will-
still up high and the thing's still right there.
Yeah, they're like on your chest, like mid.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh shit!
I will use my action to attack this swarm behind me.
This one here?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will sort of call out our Bartholomew to assist me here, because he's just chilling with me. Like I like to imagine that I designed him in such a way that he can sort of rest on my shoulder, not so much as an owl, but like as a shoulder guard, sort of like laid out.
Okay.
sort of
Oh,
flat
that's sweet.
over the-
I imagine
over
he
the
like
shoulder.
transforms like Transformers, like be like a shoulder
Yeah.
guard, and then kind of melds
Mm.
out to be like the owl.
But just like
Yeah.
clockwork instead of a car.
Yeah, like steam. I want steam. Okay, now I want steampunk Transformers. You guys are bringing all these things out. I'm sure that someone's made something for that, but I want a frickin' Stanley locomotive engine to be Optimus Prime. Just saying. Oh yeah, that hits.
But I'll just see if I crit. But okay, so I hit, and it does the normal weapon damage.
Yeah. If you roll over here, I think it will roll. Okay, cool.
So that's 6, and then you said it does an extra 3 fire damage. carrying
Yes.
through. And next turn it'll have to make a Dex Constitution save.
So the 6 was not including the fire damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it actually deals an additional 6 fire damage.
Nice.
There
So
we go. So there, you hit one of the. This was a full swarm of 4. You swing through one of these twig blights. It splits into splinters, and the flames kind of lick at the splinters, hit 2 of the other ones, and they burn to cinders, and there's only 1 left.
Ah. We have them. Just dwindle their numbers. We've got this, everyone. Stay strong. And I think looking at the battlefield here, I will stay where I am. People can move through my space to go upstairs if they need to.
Okay. Kind of ready to move around. Okay, now, Graves, you are exceptionally lucky that you were brought up from a team position, because these guys are not letting up
I
as
didn't
they are
think they
attacking
would.
you.
I'm about to go
and
right back
they-
down, but
They are a full
Not out of crit.
swarm, so they are still
that's
at
so
advantage.
cool.
I'm prone anyway, so yeah, that's gonna do it.
Yeah, but it is not an auto crit, correct? Because you aren't.
Correct, because I'm still
like,
able
so-
to.
But if you had been downed, it would have been an auto crit, right?
Yeah, which would have been 2 auto failed death saves.
So, that being said,
I'm probably about to go right back down. I'm only at 6, so
I don't think even if you rolled minimum.
I don't think he could roll lower than that.
it'd be 14 damage.
Yep, Graves goes right back down because I was like, what? Oh shit!
Just gotta keep you alive.
Yeah, exactly.
There's just the top of the barrel has like an inch wide like gap, and it's just slowly filling with blood as you. Oh, actually, Braves, do you bleed?
Isn't it like all congealed?
I don't think Graves does bleed. Like, especially since like the blood doesn't pump. So even if he had blood when he first became a reborn, he's like got injured enough that like any blood, if he did bleed, is probably gone from his body at this point. There's probably no blood left in his body. It's probably all bled out.
Never
He
mind.
bled at the beginning of the campaign. Now there's none left in his body.
So yeah, the
wear
little
cologne or incense or something, because I feel like you would stink.
it's magic.
Magic.
I mean,
Magical deodorant.
I do bathe, but because he's not
Ain't that a
rotting.
relief?
You
He's like
wouldn't-
his body is like magically preserved and such. He's not rotting or anything.
I mean, if your heart's not beating, you probably wouldn't sweat either. So
Yeah,
Actually,
he's
there
more of just like
is-
his body's just like permanently frozen at a state of death.
you just smell like
Um,
embalming fluid all the time.
Yeah,
Formaldehyde.
that does stink.
There we go.
Ooh, that's pretty sick.
So I forgot you can kind of that's not something that anyone would have noticed thus far, but I forgot to mention that to you along with your ability that you got.
That is my physical change, just like Ponera's
Yes.
purple hands.
Yes.
Nice.
I know what you're talking about.
Ponera's
So,
a normal dude.
That's the end of this swarm's turn. Onyx, it is your turn. You now have like one little twig in front of you that's like
12 to hit.
you said 12 to hit?
Yep.
It's just below, so
Yeah.
unfortunately that does not hit.
So spiritual weapon. 22.
Come on.
There you go.
Okay, so you are playing whack-a-mole with this freaking twig blight. You kind of slam your hammer down and it dodges out of the way. Your spiritual weapon comes down and slams it right when it dodges. Or roll me quick damage.
11.
Okay, yeah, you completely obliterate this thing with the spiritual weapon, and it loses the game of whack-a-twig.
I will
Just like to
step
imagine
up.
that it like dodges and it's like, "Nee," and then your hammer just destroys it.
Exactly how it happens, like exactly frame for frame how it happens. That being said, Conerath, it is your turn. You guys are now on the advantage of the initiative order. You have been able to barricade this door fairly easily. As I said, everything was kind of nearby as if it had just been barricaded recently. The far door over here, you might not be able to see it underneath there. It was already barricaded.
Oh, I didn't even realize there was a door there.
Yeah, you guys could see it in the outside hall, so you would know it was there. It's
Yeah.
just with that balcony, it makes it a bit difficult to see it.
All right, so Konerith, after finishing that, goes to turn back around and see that Graves is still down and the twig blights are not letting up. So he directs his spiritual weapon over to attack
Okay.
them.
Roll me an attack.
That's gonna be... What's the bonus on that? +5.
Okay, that
17.
hits. Roll me damage.
Ugh,
So,
4 damage.
Your spiritual weapon, like you're kind of guiding it from below as it's striking. Because if are spiritual weapons their own entity? Do you just tell them like, "Hey, attack that thing," or is it something that the actual person would control?
It's you actually control, because it takes a
Yeah.
bonus
Okay.
action. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you're
so-
basically, like, pointing or kind of...
You are trying to be hesitant about swinging too hard because you don't want to hit Graves because these things are still swarming around him. So the spiritual weapon, you kind of whack one of the heads of the twigs, but you don't really do much more than that. There are still 4 of them. They are still attacking him as it's going along.
Feeling desperate, he does something that he hasn't done in a while. He hears his companions hear him yell no in his head. And he extends both of his hands forward and casts Moonbeam.
Ooh, the first time you've cast Moonbeam since the werewolf fight, I recall.
He's getting desperate.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you cast the Moonbeam?
It's a 5-foot radius, so that means it'd be 4 squares total. He would just aim it so that way it's just hitting the twig blights.
Okay, are you aiming for around the Um, it's a 5-foot radius, right?
Be like
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, basically that.
Okay.
It doesn't say that there has to be access
I-
to the sky. I was curious about that, but it just says that a beam of light appears.
Alright. I need you to roll me. Okay, so the way it's hard to show on this thing, they're kind of occupying a very similar space to Graves because they're attacking him as they're calling around. You would have to be kind of precise to just hit the twig blights. I would offer. In this case, I would offer kind of a form of cinematic advantage, where you can attempt to try and just hit all the twig blights and hit all of them, with a chance to accidentally hit Graves, or you can play it cautiously and you'll do a little bit less damage but not hit Graves. It's really kind of up to you, but it's kind of a high risk, high reward
I want
type
to
thing.
do a thing,
Okay.
and I will let you determine the cost if you'll let me do it.
Okay.
Where is it? There it is. I have 33 luck points because I haven't been using mine. At the same, because the way I picture it is the twig blights are on Graves, basically just attacking him.
Correct.
I want to
Yes.
summon a moonbeam down, and at the same time, the shade leaves me and covers Graves, just him, to protect him from the moonlight. Just as a cinematic thing, not like a...
Yeah. I'll allow it. That's pretty sick. I like that. So yeah, I'll rule cool that. You can do that. You can roll regular moon damage. It won't deal the damage to Graves, but you are able to hit the twig blight. So go ahead
I don't mind
and
there being
the
associated cost if you want to take away some luck points from me for it.
I'll take 5 luck points.
I'll say it's also especially cinematic because Graves just made a deal with the entity in his key that's very moonlight flavored.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
roll me or what do I need to roll, I guess,
So
for
they
Moonbeam?
have to roll against it. Let me double check what the
Make a con save, I believe.
That sounds right. Yeah,
that sounds
Constitution
right.
save.
That's a 12.
Ooh.
They just failed.
Okay. So roll me the damage.
So 2d10, come on. I'll take it. 13 damage, radiant damage.
Radiant damage. Okay, so
Oh, it's on their turn when they start their turn in the space that they take the damage.
okay, so they haven't taken the damage yet.
I don't think they take it immediately. It's if they start their turn in it.
I will wait to describe everything all in kind of one action until their next turn. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay. So that is at the end of your turn, Conair?
Yes.
Okay. Graves, it is your turn. If you can roll me another death saving throw.
Got it and sent to you.
Okay. You gave me 2 numbers. Do you roll at advantage?
Yes, reborn roll at advantage.
Okay, yeah, because it's like you're already dead. Stop beating a dead horse. Okay, so
Yeah, we get advantage as reborns.
It's like there's a reason you're back.
That being said, it is this little guy's turn. He is all left by himself. He's going to kind of swipe at Herbert's calf, and it's going to be a single roll. Does a 11 hit your armor class?
No.
Okay, so he kind of takes a swing. It just scrapes, and he's kind of pitiful now that he's just all by him lonesome. But it is your turn.
Well, I will attempt to hit it with my shocking grasp.
Okay.
So I'm gonna light up my electric copper gloves, and Bartholomew is going to distract him, so I can have advantage. So that is going to be D20 plus 5. I don't know how to do like a good advantage from D&D Beyond.
There is a symbiote for it now.
Just right click
Well,
on the attack, and you can. It'll
yeah,
ask advantage, disadvantage.
Oh,
I'm
for
I'm doing Beyond
D&D Beyond.
Aspire.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I do the symbiote.
Yeah,
So that's
the
23 to hit.
23 to hit. Oh, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. I just accidentally deleted it.
You deleted it.
Who knows?
I tried
That
to
was
clear the dice.
37 damage.
Well, I'll take that.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
10 damage.
Yeah.
So, okay. Did you say 37 damage?
No, just 10.
Oh, I was like, what is your bonus to that?
That
I'm
was
like,
me joking.
Oh,
It's like,
okay.
it can be whatever I want. It's 37.
Okay. So, you kind of reach down and just like grab this thing and just shock it, and it just falls over. The twigs that are held together by whatever spiritual energy just kind of scatter across the ground, and it is dead.
I like to imagine that I like pick it up, and its core is like a big gnarled knot of wood, essentially, and I just burn my handprint into it, and then I look at it and I go, I can make something out of that, and I pocket it.
Okay, yeah. You now have a twig plate core, which looks like a whole bunch of driftwood that's kind of gnarled together.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. And it has like that electrical like sign. Like, have you ever seen when they do the woodworking where they shock the electricity through it?
Yeah.
It kind of has that emanating from like a handprint.
Nice. With that, it being my action, I will run up here and say, I told you to get up. Graves. I understand what's going on here, obviously, but wake up. I'm gonna hit him with another healing word.
Ooh, using up another spell slot.
That's
Excellent.
A lot. I definitely don't want him to die again.
He's getting expensive.
5.
Nice. Ah! Like, if that moonbeam isn't enough to kill them, I would have died here because I had to fail.
Oh no. Luckily you are awake.
Okay.
Just open your eyes.
Can you remind me how much damage
It was
they?
110.
It was 13. I think you rolled a 13. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it was like 14, wasn't it?
Herbert, you run forward, healing Graves on the ground. Graves, for the second time this morning, you open your eyes to see and feel the twig blights as they are ravaging your body. They are just stabbing you every which way. You have no real defense. Your dagger is on the ground below you. As you look down towards your dagger, you glance out of your corner of your eye, Conerith, who is screaming mentally to you, no. You see his shadow, which you've seen coalescing around his body so much previously, shoot out from him, traveling to you as your arm is reached out to him. It hits your arm and seems to spread around you, immediately stopping the pricks that you're feeling all across your body. As you glance up, you see what appears to be moonlight shining through a non-existent window. The bright light shines down, warm, almost cooling you in its embrace, the twig blights suddenly shine with a bright white radiance and shatter into thousands and thousands of splinters as they all die.
Nice.
Before we exit initiative, you guys hear again a loud banging against this door. I need to. And it continues to hold. The wood slat across it does not budge. And we are out of initiative.
Oh. Great stands up and immediately like dusts himself off and is gonna cure wounds himself immediately.
I'm going to check the doors and reinforce them if need be.
Yeah, for
Pulling
sure.
out- like I have just a sack of nails, like an extra sack of nails, just because. You know.
You
they're
also have
always-
mending available, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, so you'd be able to pretty easily start getting this more reinforced. On there, any wood that was starting to splinter, you can start to heal up. You can tell that the inhabitants of this were kind of rebarricading this door quite often. So it's a lot more reinforced than what the other doors were. Like, it's obviously tested a siege for some time. I
do
saw
cure
someone
wounds
roll something.
twice. I cure wounds
Oh.
myself twice.
What level spell is Cure Wounds?
First.
First level? Okay.
I would also then, as they're doing that, and I cure wounds myself, go and take the bag that fell off the druid and see what was inside, if there's anything useful.
Okay, yeah, let me double check on that. Okay. We have... There we go, got it pulled up now. Okay, there we go. I'm just double checking what she has exactly in her pouch. Okay.
See if we got anything useful.
Okay. So, within there are about 6 different potion vials that are all empty. They are coated in a dark, sticky substance, but they do not appear to have anything in them. There is a necklace in there that appears to be made with sinew and human teeth in there. Everything else is kind of just not necessarily things that you would view as valuable. There's dead insects, maybe like a little bit of like pieces of animal, small
Weird,
bone,
creepy druid stuff.
from there. So other than that, there isn't much.
Graves would if everyone is still here and looking not too rushed, Graves would give the amulet to Herbert as our resident know what magic shit is guy. Be like, this might be magic, I'm not sure. Also, Konath, I see you're hurt too, and he'll give Konath one of his potions of healing.
Which amulet are you talking about? Are you talking about the
sinew one in the bag with the
okay.
stuff?
Got it. So he hands you a tooth necklace with human teeth on it?
This might be magic. I don't know. If you want to see, you can. We can see later. Konath, you also look like you got pretty hurt. Here's a healing potion. I have an extra.
Herbert, I would say at this point you're skilled enough in like the idea of like magical items and that type of thing. You can very quickly like tell just glancing at this that it has no magical properties that you can ascertain. You might be able to like examine it more closely, but you don't see anything as of yet.
Okay, well, I'll just pocket it for now. I suppose maybe it's, who knows what use we could find for it later.
Okay.
After handing off grades, those off grades would go to check out these doors up here to see if they're locked or anything.
Okay. Are you opening that door?
I'm seeing if it's locked or barricaded or anything. If it's not, then I will either grab stuff to barricade it, or if we're planning to go through any of them. But there's too many entrances to not know which ones are blocked.
Okay. So, so that door is not locked. You can tell, and it does start to swing open as you push it. Do you open it all the way?
No. Does it open like away from me or towards me?
It opens away from you.
Shit. I would peek out. Open it enough to have a look out.
Okay. You open it up, and you're able to kind of peek around the door. As you peek, you do see a man standing here next to a large loading winch. This room has a wooden floor with a 10-foot square hole cut in the middle of it. Looming over the hole is a wooden winch. Perched atop it is a man with wild hair, rotted teeth, and skin painted red with blood. He waves a gnarled staff made from a black branch and babbles at you. Do you know Druidic?
No. Also, am I able to do it like enough that I could roll a stealth to see if he notices me, or is it like the wrong way, etc., that he's just gonna see me if I open it?
With the door opening outward, you can roll a stealth, but it's an extremely high DC.
All right. Well, because of recent events, I do have a good stealth, but I should roll on here. So 19.
Unfortunately, you are unable to open the door suddenly enough. He does see you, and he starts babbling at you, holding this black staff. Roll me a perception check.
Okay, that one I'm not as good at. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm not a druid, so I don't know Druidic. 17 plus 3 Druidic. Is 20.
Okay, so you can tell as he's babbling you, waving his staff, this isn't just a normal wooden staff. You anticipate it has some type of magical capability. As you glance at this guy, he is babbling. He jumps off of the winch into the ground below, disappearing from your sight. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Yep. Crazy is close and they're like, shit, that's another guy with a magic staff coming from below.
Yep. Probably more of them in here.
And that is where, like I said, we're going to end tonight's session. You guys are now barricaded in the main vintner's shop. As you're go. And we will continue with our cluster clerics visiting the Wizard of Wines as we are going along. We thank you all for watching. And again, for the love of crits, like, comment, and subscribe.